Hey, everybody. Come on in, pull up a chair. Let us know where you're joining us from today in the comment section. Would love for you all to introduce yourselves. Let us know where in the world you're joining from. Here to talk all things health and wellness, and of course, talk about high-level science, a best-in-brand medical grade supplement, and we're going to be answering questions. What's up, Jimmy? Where are you joining us from today? Let us know. Let us know where in the world you're at, but excited to hang out. What's up? I see Los Angeles. That's where we're joining from. And I'm Ashley Parker Angel. Hey, Alonso. I love it. Joining from Mexico. I want to introduce myself and also the president of our company, Bobby Klebanoff. You can lean in here for Instagram.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to see everybody.
Answering questions today and talking about the importance of proper supplementation. And just right off the top, I want to let everybody know, we've got Kay Robinson from Ireland. Hi to the Netherlands.
Brittany from Alabama.
We got people from everywhere. Near Runyon. I need to get on a hike out there. Right off the top, I just want to let you all know I'm so excited to be here today. And we are offering 30% off. So obviously we have the holidays coming up, 30% off. And if you're watching on Talk Shop Live, as we go over these different supplements, you can click the shop button. But if you're joining from Facebook or Instagram, you just want to comment the word shop, and we will send you through DM. We will send you links to order.
Yeah.
And if you're watching on YouTube, you can just click the link in the description. Want to give a little bit of background on.
It kind of feels like, what do you call it? Like a commercial,
Yeah, it is. I feel like it is in a way a commercial, but I'm also just
infomercial, where we're selling live shopping. It's brand new.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited. This is my first Talk Shop Live. So question in the comment about what type of supplements we're talking about. Kelowna, BC. I love that area. My grandma lives up in Canada, and thank you so much for saying in the chat that I've been an inspiration and for following me for my days in entertainment. And speaking of, for 25 years of my life, I've been immersed in health and wellness, but for 20 years, worked as a singer and an actor and as an entertainer for my entire life. I really had to learn how to optimize my health and take care of myself at the highest level, be in tip-top shape to perform on stages across the world. I say this with humility because I'm from a small town in Northern California, Redding. I ended up doing a lot more than I ever thought I would. Sent, this audition tape in for Making the Band back in the day. And it was just like a rocket ship that took off and sold 10 million records, 2 hit TV shows on MTV, and ended up booking lead roles in the biggest shows on Broadway, Wicked and Hairspray. And through that time, I really was able to actually work with the best in fitness and nutrition and peak performance coaches, and learned so much about proper supplementation. And I would say the biggest reason why we launched High Level Science was to clear up a lot of the confusion in the supplement space, because you see every single day you're getting served an ad for take this product. Now it's creatine, it's methylene blue, take this, take that. It can be very overwhelming, right? And it can be extremely hard to figure out what exactly should you be taking. There's 10,000 different variations on everything that you can imagine. But there's also a lot of junk supplements out there, just honestly a lot of garbage that you shouldn't be putting in your body. You may not know this, but recently Amazon had to take off about 30% of their supplements off the marketplace because they started doing testing and realizing the ingredients that were listed on the bottle weren't actually in the formula that they were taking. And so I want to give a little background as I'm trying to also read some of the comments
asked,
here.
Do we only have supplements for men?
No, we actually have supplements for both men and women. And that's a great question, Desiree. I'm glad you asked that because, hi, Mark. Great to see you.
We actually have High Level Science, Heart, Body, and Mind, which was our first product, which is for men, women, 18 and older, if you're 18, all the way up to if you're 98. And this product's going to be perfect for anybody that's looking to improve their overall health, especially for people that are on statins. It ameliorates a lot of the side effects that people feel from statin drugs. And then we have our High Level Man product, which obviously is targeted for men, but then we're also launching our High Level Woman line of supplements that are specifically for women, with our first product being our 4-in-1 urinary tract product. So both men and women, and products for unisex as well.
Yeah. And Alonso asks, that's awesome that you do triathlons, and asked, feeling tired all the time, and do you need to take vitamins? I would say, one, yes, you do want to take vitamins, but two, you want to make sure you take the right kind of vitamins in the proper dosages, and you want to make sure it's the highest quality. So like I said, High Level Science is a medical grade supplement line. It is a best in brand supplement, the purest, cleanest ingredients. And I will say, Alonso, since you run triathlons, this kind of connects a little bit to my story, which was I was starring in Wicked on Broadway. I was doing 8 shows a week. I was working with, a personal trainer. I had a separate nutritionist. I was dialing in everything, and I still felt tired. I still felt fatigued. And I had to go on stage every night at a Broadway level and, really bring my best, really learn how to take care of myself. So I got blood work done, and I'm interested to know in the comments how many of you may or may not have had blood work done. But even doing all those things, because I know a lot of people feel, this is a comment, and maybe you can relate to it, like, well, if I just eat good, then I don't have to take supplements.
Yeah.
I'll just get it through my nutrition. The truth is, there are things you just cannot get through nutrition alone. And that's even if you're eating a quote perfect diet. So I got my blood work done. I had really high cholesterol, really high blood pressure. And with that kind of issue, that's a sign of early heart disease. And we always think so much about cancer, but the truth is heart disease is the #1 killer of both men and women. It actually affects women even more than men.
Just
But-
later.
Yeah, just later in life. But we really are, here to spread the message about the importance of getting ahead of heart health. And I was able to find Dr. Ryzik, who is a world-renowned cardiologist, because I went on my own search to try to find what are the best ways to optimize my health. My family doctor said, you need to go on statin drugs. And those can serve a purpose, right? But they also cause a lot of side effects. And even more important, by the way, if you're on statins, that you're taking a CoQ10 product. The thing about Heart, Body, and Mind that we love so much, and what Dr. Ryzik did when he created the formula, Dr. Ryzik, a little bit about him, he is
World-renowned interventional cardiologist, one of, I think, 60 master interventional cardiologists in the world. Jay actually asked, did you work with the healthcare industry, someone in the healthcare industry, to create these supplements? And Dr. David Ryzik, who is our chief medical officer of High Level Science, and he's the head of cardiology for Banner Health down in Phoenix, one of the biggest hospital chains in the country. And he single-handedly creates all our formulas, oversees the entire manufacturing process to make sure that everything is done to adhere to medical grade standards.
Yeah, just triple tested for purity. A lot goes into the manufacturing process. And, Dr. Ryzik was like, look, here's what you need to be taking. You need to be taking high quality medical grade omega-3s. Let me know in the comments if you take omega-3 essential fatty acids. He told me I need to be taking CoQ10, which I was not taking. And with the omega-3s, I thought, if I eat fish a couple times a week, I'm probably getting enough omega-3s. No, that's not the case. You'd have to eat pounds of salmon every day to get the amount of omega-3s that are going to supercharge your energy and help decrease inflammation all over the body. I mean, we've known about the benefits of omega-3 for a very, very long time. All of the ingredients in Heart, Body, and Mind have decades of research behind it. And when Dr. Ryzik prescribed me these supplements, it's interesting because Dr. Ryzik doesn't believe in most traditional supplements.
Yeah.
In fact, he's a guy that will tell you that most supplements don't work, Most supplements are overly hyped and they actually don't have any medical research behind them. So Dr. Ryzik created a formula for heart, body, and mind, which is medical grade omega-3s, CoQ10, and natural vitamin E, which is a super powerful antioxidant. And the reason why we call it heart, body, and mind is because it's actually not just going to supercharge your heart health. CoQ10 has been proven and backed by science to supercharge your mitochondrial health. And everybody these days is talking about mitochondria. What is that? Essentially, that's the health of every cell in your body. And CoQ10 is proven to recharge cellular health. The vitamin E, I noticed actually a big difference in my skin, my hair, and my nails. These three ingredients work together synergistically. So again, 30% off right now for the holidays. And it's a 3-in-1 supplement. So the thing is, if you were to actually go buy all of these ingredients at the quality that we have in Heart, Body, and Mind, it would cost a lot more than what it is if you just pick up Heart, Body, and Mind. And we get testimonials all the time from people that start taking this and start feeling the difference right away. I mean, we get so many testimonials, which is it's such a feel-good process for both of us and all of us involved to be sharing the message about all of this, because again, there's some simple, easy things that you can start doing. A lot of you are looking to just kickstart your health again. You're looking for that pep in your step. You might be waking up in the morning and going, gosh, I just feel so tired. I just don't feel like myself. I just don't really feel like, I have the energy that I used to. I'm not.
Well, a lot of people attribute that just to getting older, but it's actually early signs of heart disease. So once your body stops working optimally, it's not just you're getting older. There's ways to actually help that. And this is the #1 product to do that. So just reminding people, if you're on Talk Shop Live, you can click the shop button to save 30% today. If you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, you want to comment the word shop, you'll get links via DM or Facebook Messenger to order with that 30% off. And if you're watching on YouTube, click the link in the description to get that 30% off discount that we're doing today.
Yeah. And Bobby's totally right. A lot of the signs of early signs of heart disease, we just contribute to I'm just getting older. I have a little mental fog. I can't remember things as much. Where are my keys? I just don't wake up feeling the same way. I don't feel energetic anymore. A lot of that can actually be early signs of heart disease. So it's never too early. You're never too young and you're never too old to start taking Heart, Body, and Mind. Again, heart disease is the #1 global killer of both men and women. So there's some easy things that we can all start doing, and proper supplementation is at the top of that list. We just got a testimonial from someone that was on this for about 2 or 3 months. They got their blood work again, and all their health markers improved. That's exactly what happened to me. I started taking it consistently for 3 months, went and got my blood work again, and everything improved. And not just that, but I was really feeling the difference even in the first week of taking it. And I wasn't someone that was previously taking CoQ10. I wasn't taking omega-3s. I wasn't taking vitamin E. I also want to talk a little bit about, maybe you have heard Redding. I love it. I was just up there.
I was just going to add, do you know how they realized that somebody asked, what does omega-3 do? And the way they found out about omega-3 was basically that Alaskan natives were not getting heart disease. And they're predisposed to heart disease because American natives get it in high numbers. And so they were trying to figure that out. And it was because they were eating pounds and pounds of fresh fish. That was their entire diet, was salmon. And so, for us, we don't eat like that. And also, even if we did, our fish doesn't have the nutrients that, when you buy fish from the grocery store, commercial kitchens, those kinds of things, it doesn't have the same nutrients. So even if you ate that much fish, you probably wouldn't get the amount of omega-3 that you're getting in a supplement like this.
No, you wouldn't. And if you are on social media at all, there is a big conversation happening.
Kelly's looking
around
for acknowledgement.
Oh, Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Summer. I appreciate it. Summer says she's definitely going to order this. Well, it's 30% off right now, so you're in the right spot. And I love that, because I think everyone can feel the benefit from something like this. You're going to live longer. You're going to feel better. You're going to energize not just your heart, your body, but also your mind. I encourage you all to do your own research as well and look into the research, the medical research on the power of omega-3s to help with mental health. There's actually a couple studies out there because omega-3 has EPA and DHA. And when you get proper supplementation of those things, which your body does not make on its own, there have been people who've been able to actually outright, cure their depression. I mean, there's absolute research behind this. And then the other thing is we have a dark capsule. So when you order the product, if you guys can see it right here, we have a dark capsule. If some of you might actually have omega-3s in your cupboard right now, you might currently be taking an omega-3 supplement. And if you can see this, it's actually a dark shell because a lot of people don't know traditional omega-3 capsules actually contain rancid fish oil. And most of them contain rancid fish oil. And the issue is because it either comes in a clear bottle or it comes in a clear capsule. And when the sunlight hits it, it actually can cause that fish oil to go rancid. I'm going to say that again. If you have omega-3s in a clear capsule, usually it's kind of a little bit yellowish in the color. That light that's hitting the capsule causes it to go rancid. Yep. So a lot of times that contributes to you not feeling very well after you take it. You might have some digestive issues after that. You might notice that you have like a fishy, burpy aftertaste.
Nobody wants.
Which nobody wants.
There's nothing cute about burping of a fish.
Nothing cute about fishy, burpy aftertaste.
But same thing. They used to market it as, oh, no fishy aftertaste, and some of them did, and they just kind of attributed that to the process of taking omega-3s. But in actuality, what research has now found is that fish oil is actually rancid. Yeah. Healthy fish oil, no matter what, should not have a fishy aftertaste or burps after you take it.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, we're going deep, which is why I love Talk Shop Live, because we can have a longer form conversation here about it. When I say high level science, that's the name of our brand. That's the entire focus around the board, how we create these formulations, including the manufacturer. So it's dark shell because it's made from natural earth minerals. So it's a natural earth mineral casing. And that's really important because one of the reasons why we're different than our competitors, and I won't drop any names here, I won't throw shade, but you can probably think of them. They have preservatives, they have fillers. Our main competitor uses seed oils, which are not good for you. And so many of them also have artificial colors in them. So there's a conversation around ultra processed food. And every new study that comes out shows ultra processed food is terrible for you. Well, there's also ultra processed vitamins. And if you talk to any plumber, they'll tell you a main cause of clogged drains is undigested vitamins. Think about that. That's a main cause of clogged drains, undigested vitamins. So people are out there buying, spending money on things. You're wasting your money, your time, and your digestive tract on things your body might not even be absorbing. The Heart, Body, and Mind is made from natural earth minerals, no fillers, no preservatives, no artificial anything, the highest level of medicine and scientific research. And that's all because of Dr. Reisig, who has won 3 Emmys for 3 medical documentaries in a row, which is a really incredible partnership for us. And again, a doctor who would never put his name on a supplement brand unless it was the highest level science and research behind it. So Jen says she likes shade. Should we start throwing shade to our competitors?
Jackson T says, do you suggest consulting with your doctor first before taking supplements? Yeah, I would say, especially if you have special circumstances. The great thing about these supplements, these are, again, Ashley, you kind of touched on it, that every day there's a brand new, every day there's a brand new supplement that comes out, whether it's methylene blue or these things that are trendy. And the truth is, these supplements don't have a lot of research behind them. And so we don't know what the long-term effects are of taking them. We don't know their effects on your liver. The supplements that we're talking about here, like Ashley mentioned, these have been studied for 40, 50 years, fish oil, CoQ10. And so you're going to go to any doctor and ask about these products, and they're going to say you should take them.
Yeah.
But of course, if you're on medication, if you're on prescriptions, it's always best to consult with your doctor just before you start any new regimen. But these are the building blocks really of supplements that would be good in any stack that you're taking. And so I think, why don't we talk a little bit about High Level Man too, our second product?
Absolutely. Jackson, though, I'm glad you asked that. Should you consult with your doctor? Because Dr. Ryzik is a world-renowned cardiologist, if we don't carry it, it's not backed by decades of medical research. So the whole concept in launching a medical grade supplement company where you could get products like this at the medical grade level without a prescription is that any supplement you bring from High Level Science, your doctor will agree with. Any supplement that we carry has decades of research behind it. So, Jenny says she just looked up Dr. Ryzik. Yeah, his qualifications are amazing. And, he's not a TV doctor. He's not a YouTube doctor. Every single day, he's in the laboratory saving people's lives. We're so excited to be partnered with him because, again, he's also a scientist. He's invented medical devices. I mean, really, he's a genius.
Yeah.
And so that's why we wanted to give people confidence in what they're putting in their body. I can't tell you how different I feel since I started taking this omega-3 CoQ10 vitamin E product. And then the other thing is where do these supplement companies get their fish oil from? We harvest this fish oil from juvenile Chilean fish, harvested very young. So it's a very young in their life cycle, so they don't have any time to absorb environmental toxins.
Yeah.
Another reason why this is one of the purest, cleanest medical grade supplements that you can pick up. And I also you're right, I want to talk about. I
also just want to remind people, if you're watching on Talk Shop Live, click the word shop, and that'll take you right to our 30% off sale that we're doing just on Talk Shop Live. If you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, comment the word shop for links to order. They'll be sent to you through DM or Facebook Messenger. And if you're watching on YouTube, click the link in the description.
Yeah.
Place that order today, 30% off.
We have a testimonial actually right now in the chat. Danny says, my confidence is way better because of High Level. And I love to hear that. I mean, that's the power of proper supplementation with the cleanest, purest ingredients you can find. But it's no different than the conversation we're having around food, where we're learning so much of it is just filled with junk and preservatives and all kinds of chemicals that do, cause your body harm. This is actually going to help decrease inflammation within the entire body. But if you take rancid fish oils, it's going to increase inflammation. You want to be decreasing inflammation. And of course, inflammation is the root cause of so many different
Especially
diseases.
if you're going out on a date.
Yes.
You don't want to stink. Danny knows. Danny likes, she's been getting hit up by all the hot guys in town.
Yes.
Going after her. So, I think it's really important. This is a supplement that everybody should be taking. It's going to make you feel better. It literally energizes your cells on a cellular level
From within.
Yeah, and it's just a really great, solid product. Again, like Jenny Michael said, you can look up Dr. Ryzik. His credentials speak for themselves.
Yeah.
And so for us, even in terms of building this company, that gave us a lot of confidence to put these products out there, to really put Ashley's name on them as well. Dr. Ryzik is second to none in cardiovascular medicine. So yeah, I think it's really great.
He's famous in the medical world. He sits on the advisory board of every major medical company you can think of. He has wings of hospitals named after him. Yeah. So, that gives you a lot of confidence when you're purchasing a medical grade supplement that it's actually going to do what it says it's supposed to do. But I'm glad Jason's asking a question. I was just going to start talking. Speaking of confidence, low testosterone is such an issue, and we're talking about it more than ever, that guys in their 20s now don't have the same testosterone levels as their dads and grandfathers did at the same age. So there's really like an epidemic of low testosterone, and it affects everything. It affects your mood, your energy, your ability to recover from exercise, your sleep at night, your mojo. You want to start feeling back to yourself again. We created a medical grade, natural sexual wellness formula and natural testosterone booster with 12 ingredients backed by science, and it's called High Level Man. And what we've noticed is even though this product is for men, we've noticed actually a lot of girlfriends and wives and family members are buying this for the men that they know, because we're coming into the holidays. It makes a great stocking stuffer. And
Hint, hint.
hint, hint.
Yeah.
And Jason asked, is this something we take at night when you know you might be active in the bedroom, or is it something you have to take for a month to be effective? I would say with any natural supplement, you want to take it consistently over time, because this is a natural supplement. But when you boost your hormones in a natural way, you don't have a lot of the nasty side effects that do come from other, I would say, chemical-based medicines. This is not a chemical-based medicine. So you do want to take it consistently, but I'm a big believer in doing the natural things that you can do, because again, there's no side effects to it. A lot of people are doing other things, and you can think of what those things are to boost testosterone. But I always recommend trying to do this in a natural way, because you're going to feel so much better. And over time, you're just going to be up, 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 and you're not going to have any sort of come down. And when you start playing with your hormones, you have to be very, very careful. That's why we created a natural supplement to do that. And again, 30% off right now, guys. And we also offer a money back guarantee. So if you start taking these supplements and you don't feel the difference, we'll give you your money back. You can be totally confident in what we're talking about here.
Just to touch on Jason's question too, we have an actual on the product page. We have a graphic telling you what to expect and how long that takes. And so it basically, overall, you want to take it really for 12 weeks on it every single day. That's going to be when you feel the maximum effect of the product, but you will start to feel different effects 1 to 2 weeks in. But this is definitely a natural product. But same thing, you'll see a lot of conversations right now about men's stacks that have proprietary formulas. And the problem with proprietary formulas is basically it'll say 900 milligrams of a men's max proprietary formula. And what you don't know is, are there any sustainable amounts of the good ingredients in there, or is it just filler ingredients? And then there could be as little as 1 milligram of the ingredients that actually work. So for our product, we have 12 ingredients. It's a completely transparent label. You know exactly how much you're getting of each one of those labels, ingredients on the label. So you can be confident that you're getting the ingredients in the amounts we say. Yeah. And again, like Heart, Body, and Mind, these are ingredients that have been around for decades. And so these are ingredients that are well studied for safety, for efficacy, for you're going to feel good from them. And you're not going to, again, you're going to go to any doctor, and most doctors, 99.9% that believe in supplements, are going to say this is a product that you should be taking for men.
Yeah. High Level Science is the one supplement brand your doctor will agree with. If we don't carry it, it's because it's not backed by medical research. And, Jason asked how I met the doctor. When my family doctor did my blood work and, basically suggested I go on statins, I started just researching heart doctors, who is an expert, who is a world expert, because I take my health very seriously. At the time, I was playing Fiyero, the lead in Wicked on Broadway. I wanted to meet the best of the best, and one name kept coming up over and over again, which was Dr. David Ryzhik. And so when I reached out to him, I was actually really grateful I could become a patient and really start learning from him. But also, I've learned so much over 25 years of doing this that when we started chatting and he recommended that I take First, which was our first product launch, Heart, Body, and Mind, I was so surprised that he didn't offer this as a formula to me as a patient, or to all, the thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people out there who have been able to learn from Dr. Ryzhik and heal their body and take care of their heart and learn all these healthy aging, anti-aging practices. And I said, well, I have a supplement brand. Why don't you create this formula, and let's start spreading the message about how people can actually use proper supplementation to live longer and to feel better and to feel like you did in your youth again. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're all after. I'm in my mid 40s and I feel like I'm 21 years old again. I take both of these products. I take them daily, and I have been for months now. So I'm really excited as well to answer any more questions that you might have. We're looking through right now to see if anybody has asked any questions that we've missed.
Yeah, and I would say, again, right now we're 30% off. If you're watching on Talk Shop Live, click the shop button. If you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, you can comment the word shop right there in the chat for links to order. They'll be sent to you through DM or Facebook Messenger. And if you're watching on YouTube, click the link in the description. Maria W said, hi, how long did it take you to start seeing results, feel better? I would say, again, because these are natural products, these are not pharmaceuticals, everybody's going to respond a little bit differently to them. But, your general rule of thumb with supplements is 12 weeks taken on a day-to-day basis. That's when you're really going to see the maximum compounded results from that supplement. But with both of these products, you're really going to start seeing effects in the first 1 to 2 weeks. With a maximum effect after 12 weeks of taking consistently. But this is a product, any supplement is a product that you need to take consistently. It's not like the little blue pill that you take once and you start seeing effects. But over time, this is actually, rather than just curing the symptoms, which a lot of pharmaceuticals do, this is a product that's going to actually help with the underlying causes of the effects that you're feeling, the things that you want to improve. And again, with Heart, Body, and Mind, especially for people that are on statin drugs, most doctors will go to a statin if you have high cholesterol.
Yeah.
People stop taking their statin drugs because they feel side effects. They feel leg cramps. They feel brain fog. And that's actually being caused because a statin drug depletes your CoQ10 that's in your body. Product like this will replenish that CoQ10 so you can actually feel good if your doctor does want you to be on a statin drug.
CoQ10, you've heard of it. You may be taking it. You might not be taking it. But if you're taking statin drugs, and they've estimated that, 90 million people?
92 million in the US.
92 million people in the United States alone are on statin drugs. Statins strip your body of CoQ10, which is an essential thing for your body to create, again, energy at a cellular level. So if you're on statins, it's even more important that you're actually supplementing with CoQ10, because the statin drugs themselves strip your body of essential CoQ10. It's an essential part of feeling good, right? So this is the type of product you can be taking to get ahead of the curve. Actually, Dr. Ryzik calls it medicine 2.0. Dr. Ryzik wants you to stay off his operating table. And the way that you do that is you start taking the things that work. But if you do have early signs of heart disease, or say you have a family history of heart health issues, it's so important to start taking this. And, it was a great question about when you can feel the difference. We do recommend you take it for, daily, and you take it at least for 12 weeks to start before you go get blood work again. But the general feedback we get is that people do feel a difference within the first 1 to 2 weeks.
Sarah, let's just say my husband has been taking these, and his numbers are the best they've ever been now. And we hear that, I feel like, on a day-to-day basis.
All the time. All the time. The reviews that we get are like, my doctor can't believe it. My doctor's asking, what's the difference? Because I saw you just 3 months ago. Things weren't looking that good. And now we're looking at your blood work, and everything is improved. So if you guys want to be going to your doctor and have him ask you, what is it that you're doing? Start taking a medical grade supplement. Again, it's no different than all of these other synthetics that are in food out there. There's so many synthetics in common vitamins. Yeah. You actually were throwing out your mom's vitamins.
Yeah, I went into my mom's supplement cabinet, and a lot of these store-bought, that you get at your grocery store, or you get at your Target or Walmart, they have artificial colors in them. They have artificial ingredients in them. And I feel like we're getting to a point in society where we know that shouldn't be in our food, but yet it's in our supplements, which is even worse because you're taking them every single day for years and years on end, and it's just building up those artificial colors, artificial ingredients in them. So it's not good for you. Chandra said, how old is your company? Is this a brand new product, or did the doctor have these products before that are being re-released? No, these are brand new products that we've developed with Dr. David Ryzik. It's the first time he's ever been involved in a supplement company. He's still a practicing world-renowned master interventional cardiologist. He sits on the board, medical advisory boards of companies all across the world. And these are the first time that he's ever been in the consumer goods in terms of supplement business. So brand new. Krisha says, I'm on other meds for cholesterol and blood pressure. Do these interact with them? You're likely on a statin. This product will ameliorate the side effects that you're getting from that statin. So if you're experiencing leg cramps, brain fog, those kinds of things, it's a great product to accompany that. But since you are on medications, we would just always say consult with your doctor before starting any kind of supplement regimen.
My mom was on statin drugs. And so what Bobby was saying about Heart, Body, and Mind helping mitigate the effects of statin drugs, my mom was experiencing the common side effects that people do experience from statins, which can be really bad muscle cramps, amongst a laundry list of other side effects, energy issues, cramping. The leg cramps is what my mom was getting. So I had her start Heart, Body, and Mind, and it totally took away her cramping. And that's again because statins deplete your body of CoQ10. So, but for me, I'm really grateful that I was able to start taking this product. And I don't, again, I had one doctor saying start statin drugs. I went and I became a patient of Dr. Ryzik, and he was like, I'm going to tell you exactly the proper supplements to be taking to help fix this issue with high cholesterol, high blood pressure. And that was the backstory of how we created this partnership with Dr. Ryzik and then created Heart, Body, and Mind.
Yeah.
So
Greg Hudson says, for those that have had heart attacks, do these work with other prescriptions? Again, yeah, we kind of touched on that. For sure, this is a product that has ingredients. These are natural ingredients.
Yeah,
these are not controversial ingredients like a lot of supplements that are out there today. So if you talk to your cardiologist, Greg, he's going to support taking a product like this. But again, with any product that you're on, in terms of already being on medications, especially after a cardiovascular event like a heart attack, we would just say consult with your cardiologist. But for your general person that's looking to start preventative healthcare, it's a great thing to add to your regimen just because CoQ10, omega-3, they've been around for 50 years. They're extremely well studied. And again, today only they're 30% off on Talk Shop Live. So click the shop button if you're watching us on Talk Shop Live. If you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, you want to make sure you comment the word shop for links to order. And if you're watching on YouTube, click the link in the description. And these are honestly, you don't really think about giving supplements as a Christmas gift, but if you have parents at home, if you have, friends and family, giving the gift of health is something that's going to pay you back for a long time. So they do make a great stocking stuffer. Ladies, if you have a husband, a boyfriend, a one night stand, I don't judge. High Level Man is going to be a great supplement to give to men. Fellas, if you have a man that you're at home with, give them High Level Man. This is going to give them their mojo back. I saw Scott in the chat earlier. He was talking about mojo. Nobody has more mojo than Scott. But these are great products that are really going to help people with their health and wellness on a day-to-day basis. And then we also have, just before we close it up,
talk about D-Manos.
4-in-1 urinary formula. And this product is a unbelievable product for women. Mostly women, men as well, but mostly women are, traditionally get urinary tract infections. And this is a unbelievable product that is comparable. Obviously we can't say it, but we have hundreds and hundreds of reviews of people that got frequent UTIs. And they said they've come off antibiotics, that this product works better for them than antibiotics, just to keep their urinary tract healthy, to keep it clean. And whether or not you get UTIs, whether or not you're just preventing them, this is going to really work to keep your urinary tract. We say get your tract back on track.
Get your track back on track.
So this is the first product out of our High Level Woman line. And it's just, again, great product. Really great ingredients that have been studied for a long time: D-Manos, cranberry, dandelion, and hibiscus.
Yeah.
And again, available today, 30% off. Click the shop button, comment shop if you're on Facebook or Instagram, or click that link in the YouTube description.
And I also just will do a quick shout out. There are some other supplements we didn't even get a chance to highlight, but very quickly, High Level Science is not one of these brands that you're going to go check out and there's going to be 100+, different supplements and vitamins. The whole goal is to create a core stack, because there's only a handful of supplements that have actually been studied by the medical field that have decades and decades of research behind it. And that's the problem, I would say, with a lot of these new fad supplements you see and think about how many fads you've seen already come and go, right? Is that they don't have long-term human studies. So we do carry the best, most bioavailable form of magnesium. There are about 8 different forms of magnesium out there on the market, and magnesium glycinate has been proven to be the most bioavailable. It absorbs in your system the best. It's the gentlest on the tummy. And it's incredible because magnesium is, again, one of these things that even if you ate a perfect diet, you're not going to get enough magnesium to really be effective for what it does. Magnesium does so many things. I can't even list them here. But some of the immediate benefits that you will feel is magnesium is a natural beta blocker. I took magnesium every night before I performed on Broadway, religiously. I took a high dose of magnesium because it calms you down. So magnesium, and especially when you take magnesium glycinate, calms down the central nervous system. So if you're someone that has, high stress, or you feel like you're dealing with anxiety, or maybe you have issues falling asleep at night, magnesium is top of the list of something that you could be taking every single day. And again, do your research, check it out. Look at all these studies that come out that are proving magnesium is so healthy for brain aging and so healthy for reducing stress and anxiety. And it's actually top of the list for sleep supplements, which is a question I get a lot because we have a health and wellness community. And one of the biggest topics is people having trouble falling asleep at night. Like, it's a chronic issue amongst almost everybody I know, is like, how can I actually fall asleep and then stay asleep through the night? Sleep is so important. Sleep is actually everything. And of course, with your energy, but your mood and your ability to actually wake up the next day and go out in the world and conquer and do all the things you want to do. It all starts with a good night's sleep. But I took magnesium specifically as a Broadway performer because, you always have those pre-stage butterflies in your stomach, those jitters. I take it before important meetings. I would always take it as an actor. I would take a big dose of magnesium before an important audition. But you don't even need to take it for a specific reason, because it does over 300 biochemical reactions in the body need magnesium. Like, it is such an important one to be taking. And again, this is another one backed by real research in the medical field. And then we also have...
Oh, and I would just add, I think the important thing about magnesium glycinate is a lot of people, when they take other magnesiums, like a citrate or a carbonate, you're going to get a laxative effect.
Right.
Again, nobody wants a laxative effect from their supplements.
Right.
So magnesium glycinate is one of the only magnesium forms that is proven not to cause a laxative effect.
Yeah.
So that's why we went with that in this product, because again, all of our supplements are the highest quality, the best forms of, like, even in our Heart, Body, and Mind, our fish oil is a triglyceride form. So it's much stronger and much more pure and effective than most fish oils that are on the market.
Harvested from juvenile marine life before it's had any time to absorb environmental toxins.
Our vitamin E is the natural form of vitamin E. Most supplements will use a synthetic form of vitamin E. So same thing in our magnesium, we use pure magnesium glycinate. So you're not getting any of the nasty side effects. You don't want to be walking down the street, crop dusting.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I've recommended magnesium before to people before I co-founded a supplement company. I didn't have ours is called Max. It's magnesium glycinate. But I would hear people would go try magnesium and say, oh man, like, it gave me such unbelievable diarrhea.
They're shitting on themselves.
Yeah. Basically, you don't want to do that. And that's because, again, there are inferior forms of magnesium that cause a lot of side effects. Magnesium glycinate is top of the list in terms of the best bioavailability. Again, it's gentlest on your tummy. We also have vitamin K2 plus D3, which is really, really important, especially right now in the winter months, because a lot of people have, mood issues when it gets darker outside. Are you one of those people? I feel it as soon as, like, I feel like it gets so...
Oh, it starts at like 4:30 in the afternoon.
It gets dark so early. It's called SAD, right? And seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah.
And it's a big issue for people during these winter months. It's something you want to take year round, but people less and less are getting enough optimal sunlight to create vitamin D. But the other thing you want to be thinking about, and check your cupboards, if you're just taking vitamin D3 alone, the newest scientific research behind this is that it doesn't absorb into the areas of the body that need it the most. So a lot of people look and go, oh, I'm taking vitamin D3, but does it have vitamin K2 in it? If it doesn't have vitamin K2, it's really not working. And again, you're wasting your money on something that's not actually
Not only is it
going to
not-
benefit you.
Not only is it not working, it's going to the wrong area. So the problem with a lot of vitamin D supplements and calcium supplements is that basically the calcium goes into your arteries
Right.
instead of into the bones where you actually want it to be. So in actuality, some supplements can cause negative effects where it's putting it's the same kind of calcium that when they say your arteries are calcified, that's the calcium. And so with K2 and D3, it actually shuttles it to the places that it's supposed to go, which is your bones, which is, building strong bones that you get from vitamin D. So you really want that combination. And that's actually what we're seeing in the same thing with Heart, Body, Mind is the combination of CoQ10 and omega-3 together. That's the combination. Kathy B said, what does K2 do? That's what I was just explaining there. It shuttles the D3 into the places that you really want it to be.
Right. So K2, to give you a little mental picture, K2 kind of acts like a little Uber driver within the body, and it takes the vitamin D3 and it shuttles it around to the organs that need it most. And the incredible thing about Dr. Reisig, Dr. Reisig has really thought of everything here.
Yeah.
So we also have in our vitamin K2 plus D3, we have something called bioperine, another essential ingredient to make sure you absorb it. It's actually a black pepper extract. So bioperine is essentially a black pepper extract that also ensures that it's absorbed into your system at the optimal level, so you actually get the benefit from it. Yeah, you're right, Greg. It's depressing during the winter time when it gets dark out. That's why I really recommend, especially during these winter months, that you be taking vitamin K2 plus D3 first thing in the morning. Another thing important to know is that vitamin K2 D3, it absorbs best when you have a little magnesium in your system. And Jen asked a good question. Jen said, so if I take something for anxiety, would it counteract with it? Now, you didn't mention what you were taking for anxiety, but I will tell you with natural supplements, magnesium is not just an anxiety supplement. It's great for calming down the central nervous system. I always like to point out, for those of you that have ever taken an Epsom salt bath, are you guys familiar with Epsom salt? Epsom salt is just magnesium. That's what calms you down. When you scoop out the Epsom salt into your bathtub, you soak your body for 15 to 20 minutes, and all of a sudden, if you've had sore muscles, man, you feel all that soreness just, goes away. You feel, I'm addicted to Epsom salt baths personally, but Epsom salt is just magnesium. That's the effect that people are feeling when they feel calmed down. They have less stress. It kind of lowers your anxiety when you soak in a tub full of Epsom salt.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because that's made from magnesium. So magnesium is not something that really interacts with prescription medicines. Like magnesium is just an essential thing that your body needs.
Always best to consult your doctor, though, if you're on prescription drugs, just because legally we have to say that.
Yeah, but we always are going to say consult with your doctor,
Yeah.
but if, any doctor worth his salt is going to understand the benefits of a magnesium supplement. So,
and I would just say, just reminding people again, we're coming up on almost an hour here, but if you're watching on Talk Shop Live, 30% off today, only going into the holidays. It's a great way to start off the new year, feeling your best. It's a great way to really kickstart your health and wellness journey going into 2026. And so you're going to get 30% off if you're on Talk Shop Live right now. Click the shop button. If you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, you want to comment the word shop for the links to order to be sent through DM or Facebook Messenger. And if you're watching on YouTube, you want to click the link in that description. Kathy B said, up to how many supplements can you take though?
Kathy, that's a good question. Kathy says, up to how many supplements can you take though? I split up the timing of my supplements. So for example, I will take my vitamin K2 D3 after I eat breakfast, and I will then take a Heart, Body, and Mind. And then I'll wait until lunchtime when I then will take my high level man. So I space them out. And then in the evening time, because magnesium glycinate is so well studied and proven to help get a great night's sleep, I take that before bed at night. So I'm really glad you asked that. I don't recommend taking every single supplement at once. And the studies have proven if you kind of just space those out throughout the day, you give your body more of a chance to absorb those ingredients separately and on their own, rather than trying to take everything at once and then everything's kind of competing for absorption. So she said funny because she just took an Epsom salt bath. I love Epsom. I'm an Epsom salt bath preacher. I like to talk about the benefits of it. In fact, if you work out regularly, or even if you walk or run or do any activity, it's one of the best ways to recover from workouts, even just sore muscles. I'm addicted to them. But I'm really grateful that we could talk about high level science today, everybody. And if you have any more questions before we pop off, let us know in the chat. Again, if you're watching on Talk Shop Live, make sure to click the shop button. Facebook or Instagram, if you comment the word shop, we'll send you some links to order, and that will come through your direct messages, through your DMs. And then again, if you're watching on YouTube, you can click the link in the description. 30% off. It's an incredible value. Give the gift of health and wellness over the holidays. If not for yourself, maybe one of your loved ones. And oh yeah, I love to hear that, Jen. Congratulations on losing 25 pounds.
That's awesome.
That's the power of doing some simple things. And this is a really simple and easy way to kickstart your health. I do talk to people every single day about health and wellness. And so many people are just looking for just a little kickstart to start feeling a little bit better. You start taking these supplements, even by week 1, all of a sudden you wake up with a little more energy. Your mood's a little more brighter. You're like, I think I'm going to get out for a walk today.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some sunlight. These are easy things that you can start doing to take control of your health and your wellness. And thank you, Lake City Michael. I appreciate you. I appreciate the love. We're going to start logging off here. Was there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, I think, again, our whole thing is do your own research too. I mean, we stand by these products. We know that these are ingredients that everybody should be taking. These are well studied by years and years and years of medical research, peer-reviewed studies on these ingredients. And so, like Ashley mentioned, 30-day money-back guarantee on everything we sell. If you don't like it, we don't want you to keep it. And
if you don't feel the difference, we'll give you your money back.
Yeah. And so just reminding people, if you're watching on Talk Shop Live, click shop. If you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, you want to comment the word shop, we'll get you sent those links. And if you're watching on YouTube, click the link in the description. But, we're really grateful to Talk Shop Live for giving us the time to talk with everybody. These are scientific products. So it's always great when we can really tell the story behind them. And, just we'll jump on here again and do this another time as well, because Talk Shop Live is such a great platform for this.
Yeah. And I also just want to say I'm super grateful out there for people that have been in the chat that are already taking high level science supplements. We had a lot of people share some of the amazing benefits that they've already experienced from these supplements. And even though we're about a year into launching our high level science supplement brand, this has really been years in the making for both of us. I've immersed myself 25 years. I've been really nerding out on all things health and wellness. And personally, I've really been a guinea pig. I've been America's guinea pig. I've taken so many things. I've tried so many things. I've jumped onto the fads and bought into a lot of the hype marketing. And part of the reason, again, why we created High Level Science was just to clear up the confusion. I think we're inundated every single day with so many choices, and it gets very, very confusing. So you can be absolutely confident that High Level Science, every single one of our products, again, is backed by decades of medical research. And really appreciate everybody's questions today. It was awesome hanging out with everybody. And thank you, Laura. Really appreciate the comment there. Bombshell, congratulations. Was just hanging out with you. And we're gonna do this again on Talk Shop Live. I also want to say thank you for those that joined from Talk Shop Live. We've got people from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Talk Shop Live. And I'm living, sleeping, and eating and breathing health and wellness. My goal is to look and feel my best at any decade. And I want to teach people, and I want to also just encourage people how to do that in an optimal way, so they don't have to guess or wonder if what you're doing is actually going to work. So I really do try to make myself available on both the High Level Science page, which you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, High Level Science, or you can come over to one of my pages. Of course, I'm just Ashley Parker Angel on all social media channels, but ask me questions. I like to pop in and DM people back and forth. I'm here to answer any questions you might have. But this was, and I want to say thanks to Bobby for joining us.
Appreciate you guys having us.
Bobby is the president of the company. He does an incredible job. Both of us are actually from entertainment background.
Yeah.
Bobby worked with the Backstreet Boys for years, Britney Spears, Justin Bieber, but Bobby's actually had an incredible health journey and fitness journey in the last several years. And I think anytime you start coming up on about 30, you start thinking a lot more about how can I look and feel my best? How can I practice healthy aging? How can I even practice anti-aging? We're learning so much more. We honestly live in the best time to be alive right now, to understand what works and to understand what doesn't work.
We always say if you're going to do one thing for your health, this is the easiest thing you can do is start doing proper supplementation. It's literally popping a couple capsules a day, and these are going to go a long way. We've had people in the comments saying their numbers have never been better. Lady's husband was taking it, or her numbers have his blood pressure, his cholesterol has never been better. So if you're going to do one thing, this is it. And we're excited to keep spreading this message. So thank you guys so much. Again, if you're watching on Talk Shop Live, you can click the shop button. That's going to stay active for the next 7 days. If you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, comment the word shop for links to order through DM or Facebook Messenger. And if you're watching on YouTube, you want to click the link in the description, and you're going to get those links to order with 30% off exclusively for our Talk Shop Live show.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
Awesome. Bye, everybody.
Appreciate
Enjoy
everyone.
the rest of your Monday. Much love. Happy holidays.